Let me ask you something. Can God trust you to remain faithful, even when nobody's watching? Because faithfulness is more than just simply believing in God. Biblical faithfulness is consistency. It's remaining committed to God in prayer, obedience, integrity, and love, even when it's inconvenient, even when nobody applauds you, even when it costs you something. So the Bible tells us in Galatians 5:22 that faithfulness is one of the fruits of the spirit, and one of the most powerful examples of faithfulness is in the book of Daniel. Now, I went over this in season 1. So in the book of Daniel 6, Daniel remained faithful in prayer no matter what was happening around him. Even when a decree was signed saying that no one could pray to God, Daniel prayed 3 times a day like he always did. He remained faithful, not for attention, not to perform, but because he was faithful. And honestly, this story became real to me recently in my own life. So on Good Friday, April 4th, I committed myself to an hour of prayer from 8 to 9. No matter where I was or what I was doing, I was going to pray for that 1 hour. So one night I was headed to a restaurant to eat, and then I realized it was my prayer time. So I stayed outside and I prayed for that full hour first. Afterwards, I went into the restaurant to eat alone. I was eating hibachi, and the waiter sat a group of ladies next to me. One of the ladies was celebrating her birthday. They were joyful, welcoming, and they even included me in the games that they were playing and the conversations that they were having. So it was a good time. At the end of the dinner, God placed something on my heart. I quietly pulled the waiter to the side and I asked him if I could go ahead and pay for the birthday woman's meal. So he told me her friend was already taking care of her meal. So then I said, well, I'll pay for both of them. And I asked him not to tell them until after I left. I wanted to be gone. I didn't want no praise. I didn't want no thank you. I just wanted to do what God had placed on my heart and just leave. So I didn't post it. I didn't record it. I didn't even expect anything in return. I simply wanted to be obedient to what God had placed on my heart. So over a month later, I was hosting an open house. It was just this past weekend on the 16th, Saturday the 16th. So a young woman walks in, she walks through the door, she toured the home. Then she stopped and she looked at me after she came downstairs. She was like, LaWanda. She's like, I don't know if you remember, but you paid for my aunt's birthday dinner over a month ago. And when I tell y'all, I got chills through my body. Oh my gosh, because that moment I realized something. Faithfulness always comes full circle. God has a way of connecting obedience to purpose. And now I'm helping this woman find her a new home, okay? She even told me that my videos had been popping up on her timeline and she just didn't know why. She was like, your videos just kept popping up and popping up on my timeline. That's how she found out about the open house. So that's why you never know what God is doing through an act of obedience. One prayer, one moment of faithfulness, one act of generosity. And just like we're called to be faithful spiritually, we should be faithful in our homes too. Faithful in how we love people, faithful in stewardship, faithful in prayer, faithful in how we serve others, because faithfulness is not just what we do occasionally, it's who you consistently become. If you're choosing to remain faithful this season, type faithful in the comments. And if you're believing God for a home, type home in the comments and I'll send you a free step-by-step video on the journey to homeownership. I love you. God bless you. And I will see you guys next week.